It was a windy, freezing and rainy night in Denmark, but I had somehow managed to find a warm place to sleep, unlike a few days ago when I slept in the rain. Indeed, I was on an adventure to find out if it was possible to travel Europe in winter without spending a single cent on transport or accommodation, which explains why even such a simple thing as sleeping in a warm place was lucky. Many times during this trip, people told me I was brave for hitchhiking around Europe, because it seemed to them that people are less and less likely to stop for a lonely hitchhiker nowadays than when they did it many years ago. I have no doubts that this is probably true, but I still wanted to show that it is in fact possible to hitchhike in Europe, with a little patience of course. Or is it? Because, well, one thing I will say is this trip did not really go according to plan. Good morning everyone. So today I think I'm gonna go back home, but what I'm gonna do, just for a giggle, is try to speed run Denmark to Belgium. It is currently the 11th of January, 9:35. Well, yeah, I mean, I left the house at like 9:35, but anyway. And yeah, let's see how long it will take me to go from Sad to Belgium, like cross the border to Belgium.
But it's a better place, I think.
Yes, very good, thank you. I'll put my bag here. The first car to stop was driven by a man who was once familiar with building sophisticated computer programs, but had decided computers were too much of a hassle and turned to building houses instead.
I can work with a computer, but it's not my favorite.
No. What do you do now?
I work in build houses.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fabulous. I'm already on a bigger road, and this road actually goes directly to the highway over there somewhere. I mean, like somewhere it's actually pretty far away, but this is a good start. Ich in der ja. Okay. The next person to take me in his car was none other than Conrad, veteran hitchhiker and crazy adventurer himself. As kilometers passed by, he told me stories of being in the army, hitchhiking in India, and how he wishes his grandchildren would do the same instead of being on that damn phone all day, in typical grandfather fashion. I was glad to listen to him talk and watch kilometers whiz by. It seems Conrad also appreciated my presence, since at first his original plan was to drop me off at the entrance of the highway, but he then decided to instead drive me all the way to Hamburg.
Worst is, for 6 years you may not enter this country again.
Okay.
For 6 years.
Oh wow, okay.
If that happens in Germany, you get a lawyer, you get 10 lawyers, it will take 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile you go to a hotel and we pay for this, it's no problem.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but Conrad also invited me to have breakfast at his favorite service station. Cafe. After that, it was time for me to hitch a ride with a very nice Turkish trucker. Despite the fact that I could not understand a single word he said, his large smile and his genuine attempt at helping me by giving me food and letting me charge my phone made me very glad to have met him. This is just amazing. Things are going very well. I've been extremely lucky since this morning, and actually I'm beginning to think that there may be a chance that I might be in Belgium tonight. Although, yeah, that seems a bit optimistic, but honestly it's doable if things keep going like they've been going. Belgium is only about 430 kilometers away from here, so you know that's about 4 or 5 hours by car. So the situation is getting a bit interesting because basically I'm getting near Dortmund. Actually, you can see there's a sign right behind me which says Dortmund. And the thing is with Dortmund and Düsseldorf is that there's a lot of highways going between Dortmund, Düsseldorf, Essen, and plenty of towns like that. And it's just a huge maze of highways and stuff like that. And I know it's really easy to waste time in these kind of mazes of highways and that sort of thing. And I really want to avoid that. Plus, I mean, if I get near Dortmund, I think it'll be in a few hours, so about the time where I would start to have to look for a place to sleep. And I really do not want to stay in Dortmund or anywhere like that. After a bit of waiting, I hitched a ride with a Dutch van driver. As if I hadn't gotten lucky enough today, my new friend tried to help me as much as he could by giving me food and water. As we rode into the sunset, I was beginning to feel confident I might reach Belgium tonight, which would be pretty crazy. But then, my trip took an unexpected turn.
Elke dag ik kom hier op dag.
This way, market and back him.
Wat?
Ja, warte mal, er kommt her vor der Straße.
Ja, ik begrijp Engels.
Ja, ik begreep Engels. English I can speak.
English, okay.
Yeah.
So you come from her vor der Straße?
Nee, ik ben een autostopper. Ja?
Autostopper?
Ja, hitchhiking.
In de parkeer.
Ach so,
Ja.
okay,
Ja, ja.
okay. But he came from this place and now goes back to the Netherlands.
Yes.
In Nederland, Brennen.
After many minutes playing translator between the policeman and my driver, the police complained that some papers weren't filled in properly, and that the driver and his company had to pay a €500 fine on the spot. Tense phone conversations ensued between the driver, his boss, the police, and me still playing interpreter for everyone. After about an hour, the fine was finally paid, and we were free to go again.
Sorry broer, maar...
Ah ja, nee, ik ben sorry voor jij.
The conversation went on about how it was unfair that he had to pay a €500 fine for a stupid piece of paper, but people drove with drugs in their cars all the time without ever getting caught. To avoid adding insult to injury, I did not mention I had hitched rides with a couple of drug dealers just a few days ago. Alright, I'm in the Netherlands. So that guy kind of dropped me off a little bit earlier than I thought. About 20 kilometers from Arnhem, but that's alright. But yeah, other than that, I'm still quite far from home. Although, honestly, I never thought I would make this much progress in one day. Hello? Yes, to Belgium, is it possible? No. No? Okay. No problem.
Kom je uit de Franstalige kant van België dan?
Ja, maar in Brussel mensen spreken meestal Frans. Maar ik heb Nederlands op school geleerd. It's starting to look like I'm going to sleep here, probably, in Arnhem. There's still a tiny bit of hope though. I'm going to try and hitchhike my way out of Arnhem towards the south. I'm approaching an entrance to the highway, which is right there. And yeah, this is probably going to be my last chance to get out of Arnhem before I need to start looking for a place to sleep. Yeah. Actually, this plot is absolutely terrible. There's like one car every 10 minutes. Well, maybe a bit more than that, but still it's absolutely terrible. And I've just spotted a service station maybe around 40 minutes by foot down this way, and I think this would give me much better chances of finding a car towards Belgium than here. The only thing is I'm not entirely sure which way I'm supposed to go from here, but let's find out. Yeah, no one's gonna take me here fucking raining. I look like a psychopath. Oh, there's a car though. Never mind.
In a few minutes, if you don't find nothing, you can come there in the red car.
Yeah, that's very nice. Don't worry. I mean, at least I know you're there. So if I have a problem, I can come and see you.
Yeah.
Okay, screw it. I get it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna try and find a home, something. There's a little village over there. I think I'm gonna go ring some doorbells and see what happens. Ah, man. Oh well. Yeah, it was never gonna work out. I mean, it's far too late. It's raining. I look creepy as fuck. Yeah, hello? Yeah. Yes, I'm very sorry. Sorry to bother you. Do you speak English a little bit?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, perfect. I'm a hitchhiker, and I was wondering if maybe I could try and sleep in a garage or something tonight because I don't have any money.
All right.
So if it's possible to do this here, that would be great. Otherwise, I can ask other people. Don't worry. But
I think it will be a bit difficult.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
okay, no problem. No worries. Well, thank you anyway.
You didn't have a drive-through.
Sorry?
You don't have a ride anymore.
No, it's too late. Yeah, I mean, there's no one who's gonna take me tonight.
Oh yeah, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Have a nice evening.
Yes, you do.
The situation was getting worse minute by minute. The wind had picked up and I was drenched. As I approached the village of Elst, I knew my chances of finding a place to sleep would be very slim. Every house looked small and the neighborhood looked very fancy and comprised entirely of little family houses. All factors that decreased my chances of finding a compassionate soul drastically. I'm a backpacker and maybe I was wondering if you have a cellar or garage where I could sleep tonight.
No.
No? Okay,
No,
no
sorry.
problem. Thank you. It didn't take me long to realize a better use of my time would be to find some kind of shelter for the night. At some point, I spotted what seemed to be some weird little houses with a large overhanging roof. In my desperation, I crossed the ditch but failed to realize that the place where I was setting foot was not firm ground. My foot sank in the cold water, and that was the end of my last pair of dryish socks. All for nothing, by the way, because it turns out the roof I saw was in fact some kind of bird cage, and it was surrounded by fencing. Annoyed, I took my shoes and socks off, and spent the rest of the evening walking around barefoot. Finally, I just found a place. Hallelujah. So this looks like a small abandoned sort of golf thing. Oh fuck. Brambles. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, it's pretty overgrown. Looks a bit, yeah, mossy and shit and abandoned. And then, obviously this has been forced open. So it looks pretty abandoned for me. I found a spot where I can sleep which is dry, and it also looks pretty run down. And I think really I ain't gonna be bothered here. I mean, there's no reason. It's daytime, about 8 in the morning. I slept in the dry, so that's nice, but fuck me, was it cold. Goodbye, little golf place. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have a clue what I was trying to say there, but it was probably something along the lines of, I'm going to go back to that service station to try to hitch a ride. Along the way to the station, I recognised the infamous ditch and birdcage combo that had cost me my last pair of dry socks. Alright, I think I give up. This is it. Yeah, I'm going to take the train back home, but yeah, it's windy, rainy, and I'm cold. I'm very tired too, and yeah, I guess this is it. Anyway, whatever, I had fun. Certainly going to have fun remembering all of this, but right now, and yeah, I had to say farewell to my little piece of cardboard, which was kind of sad because I was hoping to keep it and bring it back home as a trophy, but unfortunately it was just soggy and wet and kind of disintegrating. Despite this rather anticlimactic ending, I will certainly remember this trip for all the nice people I met, only a fraction of which made it into the 2 videos you just saw, because otherwise each of them would be an hour long. At any rate, this trip taught me many things about travelling Europe with very little proper equipment and no money, which will definitely come in handy for a future project I have planned for some time while the weather is a bit better. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this video and see you next time.